Every pregnancy needs utmost care and attention. But certain pregnancies need a little extra attention. An Rh negative mother carrying an Rh positive baby is at increased risk of complications. BSV is at the forefront to ensure safe delivery in every Rh negative pregnancy.
South Africa, some call them the favorites, some call them the dark horses. Here on the outside view, we preview the South African team for the World Cup. My heart may say I want India to win, but my head says it's going to be South Africa's World Cup this time around. I am here with South African full-time captain Dane van Niekerk and Brittany Cooper to analyze the South African team. Let's come down to the big picture. First up, South Africa, a team some call favorites, some call the dark horses. Let's come down to that big picture. Since 2017 World Cup, they've played 43 games, won 28 and lost just 10. Especially the last year, it's all been about South Africa's revival, a lot of all-rounders and everything. Dane van Niekerk, you've been there at the helm. You've taken the side to where it is right now. What are your first thoughts about this South African 15 that's going to play at the World Cup?
Yeah, look, I haven't been a part of many. I think I've only been part of 2 of the 5 series, the last 5 series. So, yeah, it's a strong 15. As you said, the favorites and the dark horses and all those things. Just because of the recent past and the progress and the results that the side has shown, rightly so, it makes them favorites or dark horses. But the 15 is a strong 15. It's just really sad, in my opinion, that Nadine de Klerk missed out in that. I guess the 15. She is there as a non-playing reserve, but I felt for her. I'm not gonna lie.
Not gonna lie, we're going to miss you as well as Nadine. Brittany, what do you make out this South African 15 that's going to play at the World Cup? They're already a very strong side, come off back of wins against India, against West Indies, most of the players playing in the WBBL, the 100. So a lot of experience there for South Africa.
This South Africa 15 been playing together for, I said 18 been playing together for quite a couple of series that they've been successful in. And as you mentioned, 43 games, 28 wins, and they won the last 5 series. And I mentioned that, even within those 5 series, it wasn't always at full strength. So it shows that, a lot of players are now stepping up to the role of seniority and taking over for those who have been absent. So as I say, it's going to be really exciting to see, how they're going to approach and showcase all the talent they have. And I'm really, really looking excited. As I said, they are one of my favorites to win this current World Cup. I know last World Cup in 2017 it was a heartbreak, but I really know they're going to look to put forward, because I like South Africa, because for me, I think we and West Indies share a similar story in terms of all the struggles we had in the past, and now becoming professional cricketers and stuff, and we've played a lot of series against each other, so we know each other well, and we do share that same passion that they have in terms of wanting to see the proceed in terms of being successful in this World Cup.
Everyone wants South Africa to succeed at the World Cup. Dane, you can dodge this particular question. Is Sunelise the captain your decision or the selectors?
You're putting me on the spot. No, listen, I don't have any say when it comes to that, and I don't think it is my place. Sune has done incredibly well. I've said it so many times. She stepped up. Chloe Tryon, that is my appointed vice captain, has been injured as well, and the way Sune stepped up and led the side, as the results have shown. So no, I did not have any say, but I did make the comment last week that I was not surprised when they picked Sune. I think it's also, she has been doing it consistently in my absence, and to change that now, I don't know if that was in the selector's mind of Chloe was not there, and then don't really have that experience of captaining the side as such. And Sune has been doing it regularly, and I think that maybe played in their mind with the final decision of still keeping Chloe as the appointed vice captain, but putting Sune at the top.
Right. So Sune has been the leader when you've been absent, because whenever you've been absent, Chloe has also been absent in all those.
Yeah, you're a tag team.
It's a sad thing. Otherwise, maybe she would have captained. But coming down to Sune Lee's the captain, she's only led South Africa in about 20 ODIs in the last 3 to 4 years. Do you think that inexperience is somewhere going to cause South Africa?
No, I'm going to be flat out honest with you, and not being biased. Sune is surrounded with incredible seniors, leaders within their own rights. As Brittany mentioned, we've been playing together for such a long time. It's a very close-knit side. Got very smart cricket brains around her, and Sune is a very smart. She's got a smart cricket brain. So, no, I don't think if ever some experience will show, and that's with any captain. You have not been in all the situations, have you? And,
Absolutely.
I mean, it's the first World Cup. It's not easy. It's different pressures, but I know my seniors very well, and I know that if there's ever anything that's going to pop up, they'll 100% be behind her and back her and make sure that she can lean on them, and that makes for a very good environment, in my opinion.
But coming down to Sune Lee's itself, Dane, I have a question. This thing particularly I've observed. I do not have a statistical data to back, but whenever you have been the captain, Sune Lee's the bowler has been used more. Whenever Sune has led the team, she's used herself less as a bowler. Why has that been the case? And are you going to message her that she should be using her leg spinning abilities a bit more, especially in your absence?
Yeah, look, I'm a massive fan of Sune. Everybody knows that I'm a massive fan of her skill. I would say, I love leg spin. So, I believe it's a match winner for me. A leg spin is a match winner, and Sune has shown in the past how good she is, and I just feel like it's a sin if she doesn't bowl in a game. She has gone through a patch where she didn't have much confidence, and I can only speak as a captain. I know Hilton was very upset with me at the start of my captaincy career, if I can say that, said like that, is it's almost like you forget about yourself because you don't want people to feel like, now that I'm captain, I'm just going to bowl myself and it's going to be all about me. So you kind of have a tendency to push other people because you don't want it to come across as if, you get what I'm saying? So maybe that plays in her mind, but also it's just about looking at the role of Sune in the recent past. She moved up the batting order, so maybe her role changed a little bit, where she must focus on her batting a little bit more, and the bowling takes a backseat because Mlaba came in left arm spinner. Chloe Tryon is spinning as well. I don't message her at all because I just feel like she needs to be, authentically herself, and I don't want her to feel like I'm stepping on her toes. So yeah, sometimes I'm shouting at the TV going, Sune, get yourself on, but I do understand also the pressures that captaincy brings. So I'd like to see her bowl more. I love the fact that she came in the recent West Indies series and bowled herself a little bit more. She went really well, and I'd like to see her bowl a lot in the World Cup, because the last time we were there, she got a 5 or so. She bowled really well. She went really well. So I'd like her to utilize herself a little bit more.
Laura Woolward in, I think, so press conference just mentioned that we have the best bowling attack. They have Ismail, they have Kaap, they have Kaka, they have Glass, they have Seki Kune, Laba, Sune Lees. I don't know what. It's just short of words. Brittany, do you feel, yes, they have the best pace attack or whatever the bowling attack this South Africa has in the tournament, and is that going to be the thing for them at the World Cup?
Yes, totally agree. South Africa, one of the best pace attack right now, because for me, they have exactly what a team need, where you need from a new ball bowler, someone in the middle. There's so much variation in their pace attack. You have Marizon on top, who will bowl those swingers. You have Kaka, who's been excellent this past series, and then you have also Malaba, who goes sometimes in the top and in the middle, and obviously you have Chloe. And don't forget Tumintu, she's excellent, you know. One thing I'm excited about her, you know, even though that sometimes she shouldn't be in the first game, whenever she comes off the bench, you are sure that she is going to deliver. So she's also another bowler that you want to look out for.
What's the ideal batting number for Marizon Kaap in your absence, especially?
Yeah, look, Marizon has been in incredible form, in my opinion. She's been hitting the ball really well. If you look at the 100 at the Big Bash, in a recent series, she'll come in and you know, I just look at the Pakistan series in Durban, where most of the batters struggled, and she came in and she was striking at 100 plus. I think her average in the last year has been 70 plus at a very good strike rate. So yeah, it's difficult because of her workload. So I'd like to see her higher up. I think I always feel like your best batter should face as many balls as possible.
Yeah, but we need to be realistic, because she used to bowl 10 overs as well.
Yeah, and that's the conversations that's probably been had is how are we getting the best Marizon Kaap, the opening bowler, the boundary fielder, and then we need you to bat as well. So her slotting in at 6, I don't mind it. I personally like to see her higher. I've always pushed for her to go higher, not because she's my wife, but just because of the pure talent and the way she strikes the ball and her technique. You know, she's got it all. She runs well between the wickets. She's got the boundary options, and yeah, she strikes it well. But unfortunately, with what she brings, it's just the workload that might be a problem.
South Africa go in with a very delicate, fragile middle order. You don't, except for Mignon Dupree, you don't have a lot of experience in there. The 3-4-5 does not 3-4-5-6. If Kaap does not play in that 3-4-5-6, it's going to be a lot of. Do you see that middle order as a problem, potential weakness for South Africa? Because the openers are sorted, your pace bowling attack is sorted, and middle order is the only problem where I see that there is a bit of weakness.
Yes and no. I mean, isn't any team, you know, so we have been reliant on Laura Wolford and Lazelle to give us a good start. And as I mentioned, I just think that was the only area, if I look at the makeup of the side, was the number 3 spot. Because again, Sunay has done incredibly well. She's made the number 4 spot her own, you know, and ideally would have been Wolford, Lee, Van Niekerk. But because of me not being there, Sunay jumped in there. So I would say it can be a weakness, but if the selectors play it smart, it shouldn't be. I don't think it should be. I just think Gurul needs to understand what her job is within the side, and I think sometimes she gets too caught up in trying to score runs the whole time. You know, she needs to play a shot the ball type of thing, instead of giving herself the opportunity to actually to do that. So if Gurul comes in, I just like to see herself, you know, to see her give herself a little bit more time and give herself the opportunity and earn the right to score runs, and not you know, take up too many balls and then get frantic and then put pressure on the middle order. You almost want the Lees and Gurul show to take off where the openers left off. But sometimes in South Africa, what I found was in the South African team is you've got a great start and then just a bit of a stop, you know, just a bit of a going at 3-4 or going at 4-5s, and then it goes bang to 2-3s, and then, you know, they get themselves in and then they make it count 100%. But it's those two finding a way on continuing the momentum that the openers have given them.
That's what we'll all need to see. Will the middle order step up for South Africa? I potentially have one or two questions left. The Proteas have not been able to advance ahead of the semi-finals in the World Cup thus far. How big is this going to be a mental block heading into that World Cup?
I don't think it's a mental block. You know, I had the conversation with somebody probably 2 weeks ago, and they go, "Oh, but how do you feel about the chokers? You know, that label?" And I said, "Listen, how many teams get into a semi-final? You know, these teams that's never made a semi-final, and you don't call them chokers. But I mean, you get what I'm saying. It's not easy to get into semis. I think it shouldn't be that. It should. I think the team should ride this confidence, a good confidence, a quiet confidence, not an arrogant confidence. I hope they're quietly confident and not overly confident. But I think they must just ride this wave of this confidence. And at the end of the day, we came agonizingly close. It wasn't a thrashing. Nobody thrashed us in the semi-final. Bar 2014, I think, in the T20 semi-final, we got a bit of a hiding versus England, but nobody has thrashed us. It's always come down to the wire, and the team should take confidence from that. You know, that we've held our nerves. It's just.
But Danny, do you feel that pressure comes down in those crunch situations? You mentioned that it's not been a thrashing. It's been going down the wire, pressure situations. It has been the same case with South Africa and India. They've gone to that pressure situations. They've been there, but they've not been able to close it out.
Yeah, I think with the experience, I reckon, you know, with the experience in the past, having experienced that, I would hope that the seniors have learned from that and don't see that as a pressure situation, but an opportunity to obviously change the fortunes of I guess our luck at semi-finals. And yeah, it's a good point that you make, but I just think if you think too much about that and you think it maybe is going to cloud the team's mind when it comes to that, I think it should just be seen as another day, another game, and another opportunity to execute. Because the moment that the South African team execute, they're going to beat everybody, and they can beat anybody in the world. But I think, as you mentioned, it's just that crunch moments where it just turned to the other team. You know, look at the semi-final in 2020. Chloe Tryon gets a full toss. I said to her, 9 out of 10 times you hit that out the block. There we win. We go to the final. Yeah. But just those crunch situations where we just maybe just lose it a little bit. But hopefully we've learned from that, and hopefully, you know, the team, we won't have these conversations again.
Let's come down to that prediction hat. I know Danny is going to say South Africa is winning the World Cup. You want to add something there, Danny?
No, I don't. I wholeheartedly believe that this team has the potential to win it. So my prediction is going to stay with them.
So the World Cup is coming to Danny's home. What's your thing, Brittany? Where do you see South Africa finish in this top?
I have to agree with Danny. I know I'm going to get a lot of points for agreeing to say that South Africa is going to win the World Cup.
I'm just requesting the video person that when this thing comes out, put a trophy next to Danny's video so that people can see that the trophy is there at their home.
Yeah. Well, because as I say, South Africa is the team to beat. Understand? South Africa is the team to beat if you want to win the World Cup, right? So a lot of team I'm gonna look as okay. You used to think that once you beat New Zealand or once you beat Australia, you think, or England, that would be the end of it. But the way South Africa cricket has improved, they are not a walkover team anymore. And as I said, they have this attitude and positive thing about them that it just makes you exciting to watch them play cricket. And that's, even though they played against me in West Indies, just sitting on the bench or even on the field, that the way that they approach your innings or approach your game is really exciting to see. I don't know, I'm really looking forward to see how this World Cup play out for them.
Let's come down to the playing 11s. Let's come down to the captain. Captain, what's your playing 11?
Yeah, it's a difficult one for me because obviously I always have my captain's cap on, and I'm going, but if this is not there and then that is not there, but I'm just going to go full on the most obvious, I guess, 11 that anybody can think of, and I'll say it in batting order. It'll be Lee Wolford, Goodall, Lees, De Prier, Cup, Tryon. The only mashup for me is I'll go Chetty ahead of Yafta just because of experience, and I mean Chetty has been our keeper for forever, so and obviously with her batting experience as well, I think it's invaluable and what she gives behind the stumps. Having said that, Yafta did an incredible job against West Indies. I cannot take that away from her. She's been incredible and she's coming into her own really well. Just depends on Chetty's back. I assume she pulled up with a bad back in the previous series. So I'll go Chetty, Ismail, Kaka, and then this is a difficult one for me because I'll still go Class in those conditions. But Mlaba, very unlucky to miss out unless they want to put Mlaba in and take Goodall out and move everyone up to get that extra spin. That is where the captain's going to be key because you don't have that extra spinner. Don't have that extra spinner, you're going to be the frontline spinner. Skip.
That's the 11. Dane van Niekerk predicts South Africa will field in their first game. Brittany, do you agree with that? Do you have any changes?
No, I think she took a peep at my notes and selected the same team. Yeah, I literally have the same 11, and my discussion was, are they going to play the extra batter or play the extra bowler, which will either be between Goodall and Class. So I guess conditions at the end of the day will suggest, where they will want to go, and the chemistry they want to put into the 11 will decide the final playing 11 on that day.
Playing 11 will be decided on that day, but both of them predict the same team. Both of them predict South Africa to lift that trophy. Let's see where South Africa end. This is us here on the outside view. South Africa preview ahead of the most awaited World Cup that's there.